Hey everybody, it's Simone from Our Year in Bali, and I'm here to help families from all around the world choose Bali as their home and make their relocation experience fantastic. So I'm here to talk about education and an exciting new school that's coming to Ubud next month, and that's the British School of Bali, the first campus. And here I am with the founding headmaster, Raymond Finch. We're going to have a deep dive, find out all about the school, its philosophy, where it's located, and how it's really pushing the education experience for families in Bali. And it's going to be an unbelievable choice. So let's have a deep dive. And thank you so much for joining me, Raymond.
Pleasure. Thank you for this opportunity, Simone.
I would love to ask lots of interesting questions, but before we deep dive into the school itself, I'm interested to see your personal journey and how did you become the founding headmaster of the British School of Bali?
Okay. Well, the short answer is that I've been working with the founders of the school's trust since 2008. I've worked with them in Moscow, in Tashkent, and this is my fourth school leadership role. This is my seventh school startup, would you believe? And when I was given the opportunity to work with the school's trust founders, they're people with a very good moral compass. They treat you very, very well. They listen to you. If you present a good educational rationale for an investment, something which will make the school better, they're always open to it. So when I had the opportunity to work with them, I jumped at it again.
It sounds very exciting. So where actually is the British School of Bali located? I know it's the north of Ubud, and Ubud's a fantastic choice for families. And so I'd love to know a little bit more about where it's located and if you could share the facilities and what to expect.
Sure, yes. So our location is Onyx Park Resort.
Okay.
And I would characterize that as a luxury residential complex. It's served by 3 swimming pools, a ninja gym, a gymnastics suite, a 400-seat auditorium, 7 restaurants, and one of those 7 provides our catering. We have a wonderful playground with a sports pitch, with an outdoor classroom area for reception, so the children can spend their afternoons in the open air when they're in the foundation stage. And quite honestly, having been involved in 7 school openings, I've never enjoyed such good conditions. And not only do we have our current location, which comprises of 4 classrooms, but we have a purpose-built opening outside the main entrance here, which could potentially accommodate years 3 through to year 8, and that's opening in April 26.
Wow, very exciting. And so now that I'd love to actually understand the education and the philosophy behind the school. So can you please share what sets the British School apart from the rest, and the commitment to the well-being of the child, and why a family should choose the school?
I'm very sure there's some great schools in Bali. The impression we have is that in the Ubud area particularly, there are some really great eco schools and schools with a well-being focus. There's maybe an opportunity for an academically rigorous school, and we offer not only that, but we're very proud of our offer in the arts, in physical education, in outdoor learning, and in STEAM and coding as well. So, we aim to provide really all of the strands of a tier 1 education. We're committed to the idea that children can really enjoy an academically rigorous education if it's delivered in an interesting, hands-on, motivated way by really kind and really effective teaching professionals.
And so you did mention just then teaching professionals. So I'd love to know the team and what type of teachers are at the school and going to provide this amazing philosophy and curriculum. As you said, the British Trust, obviously have a great reputation with some high quality teaching. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're fortunate in that we have Bali as a draw for staff here. We have the school's trust reputation as founders of 17 of the world's best British international schools. And then we also offer a very reasonable package for staff. I would say 80th to 100th percentile in Southeast Asia. And so with those factors combined, we attract teachers who I would characterize as the top 5% of the international teaching workforce. And these are people coming from top schools in the UK, independent and state schools, and also top British international schools. And when I interview staff, it's not uncommon for that staff member to have an offer maybe from me, but also from King's College in the Bahamas or Westminster or St Paul's School in the UK. So we're really in the market for top people.
That's fabulous. That's really, really nice to hear. So, what type of child would thrive at the school, both from their personality, their learning style? What would suit a child? If I was, I've got say two children, say 6 and 10 years of age. If I was to bring them to your school, what am I looking at with regards to my children thriving in your school?
Interesting question, a good question. I don't think there is a type of child that would
Mm,
thrive at our school more than others. I can appreciate that when outsiders look at the branding of the school and they see the ties and they see, this air of British formality, they might jump to the conclusion that we all sit still all day listening to didactic teaching. That isn't the case. Our education is very, very progressive. We have lots of outdoor learning experiences. We use lots of manipulables. We are really big on intelligent, purposeful use of educational technology. Learning is really fun at our school. So I would say, with the quality of teaching staff we have and with the
mm,
range of learning experiences we offer, there really isn't a typical kind of child that would thrive at our school. I think all children can thrive at our school.
mm.
And I would urge anyone who has that impression of an air of formality to come and pay us a visit, meet our staff, and I think it will assuage any of their concerns.
That's really lovely to hear. So, Raymond, can you talk us through what a typical day is for a primary age child at the British School of Bali?
Sure, yeah. So the core subjects, such as English and maths, would occur normally in the morning. We have 3 breaks during the day. We have lunch provided by one of the restaurants on site here at Onyx. We're very conscious of the need to vary the tone and the medium of learning. I don't buy in exactly to the idea that children have their own learning style, like this child's an auditory learner or this child's a kinesthetic learner, but I do buy into the idea they need variety during the day. So they need to be moving out of their seat, sometimes walking around the outdoors, finding 3D shapes in their environment, sometimes doing sustained practice of mathematics or tables to learn that, sometimes doing music. So we're very aware of the need for variety. We're very keen on the social emotional aspects as well. The ruler program doesn't only come into PSHE lessons, but it infuses all areas of the curriculum. So you could be doing a creative writing activity, and you could be talking about the alienation and talk about Rosa Parks, for example. So yeah, it's a fun approach. It's a varied approach. It's a cross-curricular approach, and it really goes against a lot of the stereotypes you might have of formal curricula.
So, and after school activities, you've got some extra options if someone wanted to stay back at school, so extra learning, whether it's language or music or arts. What do you also offer there?
We plan to offer a multi-sports club, some music clubs, a STEAM and coding club. We also have great facilities here and third-party providers, so we might make some deals with them to try and incorporate them into the after-school offer, and then academic clubs as well, and modern languages. So we plan to offer French, Spanish, and German, at least 2 of the 3, and we offer Bahasa as part of the curriculum.
That sounds great. And talking about the curriculum, can you please share the curriculum of the British School of Bali?
Yeah, sure. We follow the English national curriculum as our core document, and we're not dogmatically English or British. We infuse the curriculum with local themes. So, for example, you might talk about the caliphates if you did invaders and settlers, rather than talking about the Vikings in Europe. And also, for example, Ruler is a program from Yale, from the USA, so we don't throw out anything that's not British. We try and enrich our English national curriculum, and we bring in elements from other curricula on a need basis and when it really adds value.
Wow, very nice. So, Raymond, the British School of Bali has that whole child-led approach to learning. Can you just share a little bit more about that?
Okay, well, the first thing I'd say is high academic standards are core to what we do. So, for example, our school in Madrid, Virtus College, 95% of students get their first university choice. So, to us, that's a non-negotiable. Students who attend a private school, they
Mhm.
absolutely have to get top quality academic provision. In addition to that, we believe passionately in Ruler. Ruler is an acronym. It stands for Recognizing, Understanding, Labeling, Expressing, and Regulating. So it's a really good way of teaching all of those Ruler skills. So we want the children to grow up confident, able to express and regulate their emotions. The arts and music are really very much core to what we do. So we will have group music lessons and individual music provision. At the moment, we're planning to have glockenspiel, violin, piano, vocal tuition, and that will occur in group settings in the lessons, and will also occur in individual music provision. Outdoor learning is a very big part of what we do as well. So, I appreciate we're not an eco school per se, but we believe that jungle walks, excursions, giving at least one full afternoon a week of outdoor learning to every class. And that's in addition to the early years foundation stage having outdoor classroom every day. So that's a very big part of our identity. And then STEAM, robotics and coding. We want to future-proof the students. We want to make sure that they have that experience of teamwork, of problem solving. And 21st century learning is one of those slightly hackneyed phrases, but I think STEAM is a really great entry point for project-based learning and for teaching transferable skills. We're very big on that as well.
Yeah, I think that's really, really good. So, the British School of Bali is opening next month in Ubud, and it's for ages 2 to 11. But I'd love to hear the vision and the growth and future of the school.
Opening in Ubud, as you say, on the 1st of September, and we're going to accommodate 2 to 11, which is pre-nursery through to year 6. So that's the full primary age range. We then open a further campus in April 2026, and I envisage that being suitable for, let's say, mid-primary learners, say year 3, year 4, up to year 8, which is what we call Key Stage 3. That's the start of secondary. And then we will start to take those secondary students from August 2026. In the fullness of time, we plan to have a purpose-built high school. We're going to have a really good look at the environment, work out how the transport situation works, look at what other primary campuses we open, and then try and locate that in a place where it's accessible to all. But that's the plan for the time being. But in the immediate term, we want to make a real success of the primary school and middle school.
Great, excellent. What I'd love to ask is a little bit more about the opening, what to expect, the next steps for enrolling and for touring and understanding a little bit more. What can I do as a parent to find out more, and how do I go ahead?
So if you jump onto the website, there's a book a tour button on the website, there's an apply button on the website. The school fees are all there, details of the educational offer. I personally conduct all the tours, or Rob Dorleans, our head of admissions, conducts the tours. So we're open for tours. We're welcoming students, and it's not just the Onyx Park residents; it's everybody from the community. So we're ready to welcome you and to assess your children on the spot if you require that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for explaining, and thank you for having this conversation with me and having a bit of a deep dive into what is going to be unveiled next month in Ubud. So I can't wait to do a tour and meet the team and see the kids all happy in action. So congratulations on getting to this point as the founding headmaster, and thank you for sharing everything today with me.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Simone.